and this past weekend it was finally confirmed in San Diego. The upcoming Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania will officially kick off Phase 5 of the MCU. Director Peyton Reed reaffirmed this in an interview with Access, where he held out the prospect of profound changes to the MCU through Quantumania. An official poster by Marvel artist Andy Park, who created illustrations for WandaVision and Shang-Chi, among others, shows the three protagonists of the movie: Scott Lang, aka Ant-Man, Hope Van Dyne, aka Wasp, and Jonathan Majors as the new MCU villain Kang the Conqueror. In addition, Scott's daughter Cassie stars for the first time in her own suit as superhero Stinger, who will soon or later follow in her father's footsteps. However, Thanos' successor Kang will not be the only villain in Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. A still nameless villain played by Bill Murray is also rumored, as is an appearance by MODOK. The latter has his own animated stop-motion series on Disney+, which didn't go down too well with fans and is not part of the MCU. There are also a lot of rumors surrounding a return of Corey Stoll as Darren Cross, aka Yellow Jacket. In the fight against Ant-Man, he was allegedly killed by the superhero, but he might very well continue to exist in the quantum realm and be waiting for his return. Indeed, the biggest change that MCU fans can expect in the new Ant-Man, besides Kang and numerous other villains, is the introduction of the said quantum realm. This subatomic dimension will enable time travel in the future, and at the same time, it is a motley setting in itself that resembles a drug trip in which space and time are suspended. Either way, it is a fascinating game changer that, much like the multiverse in Phase 4, will take on a significant role in the next MCU films. Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania will hit theaters on February 17th, 2023. This year's Comic-Con in San Diego had plenty to offer. Especially Disney and Marvel provided lots of new information about future movies and series. The focus was, of course, on the upcoming Phase 5 of the MCU, which will start off with Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. After the release on February 17th, 2023, things will directly move on with a new series called Secret Invasion. This is where Samuel L. Jackson's Fury and Ben Mendelsohn's Talos meet. In terms of content, the first series of Phase 5 picks up where Captain Marvel ended, as you might have guessed from the post-credit scenes. It takes place almost 30 years after the first encounter between Fury, Captain Marvel, and Talos, at a time when Earth has already been infiltrated by aliens. The so-called Skrulls can hardly be distinguished from normal humans, and this will be one of the central themes of the series. Some familiar characters will also be involved, including Kobe Smulders as S.H.I.E.L.D. agent Maria Hill, Don Cheadle as James Rhodes, and Martin Freeman as CIA agent Ross. New to the cast are Emilia Clarke, Kingsley Ben-Adir, and many more. There's no exact release date for Disney Plus yet, but a spring 2023 release seems likely. After that, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 will hit theaters on May 5th, 2023. In summer of 2023, the series Echo is also due for release, which will be a spin-off to Hawkeye and come out in the same time period as the second season of Loki. Echo will focus on the deaf Maya Lopez, who was previously featured in the Hawkeye series along with the master archer Clint Barton and managed to escape the villain Kingpin. We can also look forward to an appearance by Charlie Cox as Daredevil. Together, they try to finally defeat Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin. Loki, meanwhile, will be one of the few Marvel series to be given a second season. In the year 2023, we can also look forward to two movies that will be released in summer and fall respectively. One is the Captain Marvel sequel The Marvels, which will be released in cinemas from July 28th, and Blade, which will be released on November 3rd. For The Marvels, we highly suggest our original episode, where you can find out everything you need to know about the MCU film. Meanwhile, rumors are still circulating about Blade, and very little is known about the plot revolving around actor Mahershala Ali. The period between fall 2023 and spring 2024 is then very much in line with series like Ironheart, Agatha, Coven of Chaos, and Daredevil Born Again. The latter stands out with a very special characteristic, since Daredevil will become the longest MCU series to date with 18 episodes. The two films, Captain America New World Order and Thunderbolts, will then conclude Phase 5 of the MCU in May and July 2024, respectively. As far as Phase 6 of the MCU is concerned, there are three films that Marvel announced at Comic-Con: Avengers 5, Avengers 6, and Fantastic Four. First up is Fantastic Four in November 2024, followed by Avengers: The Kang Dynasty in May 2025. Shang-Chi director Destin Daniel Cretton will be in charge of directing, as The Hollywood Reporter revealed this week. No other details are known so far, neither who will be writing the script nor the featured actors. Rumor has it that Doctor Strange and Captain Marvel are sure to make appearances, but so far those are just rumors. The title Kang Dynasty is at least a reference to the comic series of the same name from 2001 and 2002, where everything revolves around the powerful villain taking over the world. A few more months later, things are to continue with Avengers: Secret Wars on November 7th, 2025. Here too, the title refers to a massive event in the comics in which many Avengers and villains end up in the so-called battle world and must fight each other. In the comic series, the action takes place after the incursion of different universes, which is accompanied by the almost complete destruction of the multiverse. Doctor Doom eventually assumes control by assembling parts from different universes into a new one and founding the aforementioned battle world there. So, things are going to heat up in Phase 6, which is clearly set to be shorter than Phase 5. We are definitely excited and looking forward to more news from the MCU. What do you think about the schedule for Phase 5 and 6 of the MCU? Do you think Kang can follow in the footsteps of fan favorite Thanos as the main bad guy? And what could the new Avengers look like? Feel free to let us know your thoughts in the comments. At the recent Comic-Con, we finally got some first impressions of the upcoming Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. One of the things shown was a first trailer, although it was only available to the attending audience and is therefore not available online. In its present form, it is unlikely that the trailer will be even shown to the public at all, not even in the future. The reason for this is not so much the secrecy, but rather that many visual effects have not yet been finalized, and thus the trailer is not of the usual quality. That's why we have to rely on eyewitnesses. Reports say, for example, that Zoe Saldana will be back as Gamora, much as expected. Newcomer Adam Warlock, who's embodied by Will Poulter, was briefly seen as well. Likewise, it has been made clear that the third and final installment of the series will at last be devoted to Rocket's origins and genesis, as confirmed by James Gunn himself. In the trailer, he could be spotted as a cute little baby. Besides, we can hope for an appearance of the sociopathic geneticist High Evolutionary, who will be played by Peacemaker actor Chukwudi Iwuji. A further addition to the cast is Maria Bakalova, who made a convincing appearance in Borat 2. She will take on the voice of the telepathic Doc Cosmo, the security chief of Nowhere. Mantis actress Pom Klementieff also shared first details about her character. Accordingly, Mantis will still be quite quirky and strange, but at the same time, she'll become more confident and adept in combat. Last but not least, Nebula, played by Karen Gillian, is also set to make a comeback. After the death of her father Thanos, she will be able to travel through space much more freely and come across as less grim. The release of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is scheduled for May 5th, 2023, so we will have to wait a little longer. The Netflix blockbuster The Gray Man started with mixed reviews on the streaming platform last weekend. Thanks to its strong celebrity cast including Ryan Gosling, Ana de Armas, and Chris Evans, The Gray Man did at least manage decent streaming figures. Although the action film falls behind other top-class movies such as Red Notice and Don't Look Up, it is still the 5th most successful Netflix movie of all time. As the Russo brothers who directed the film confirmed to Deadline this week, the movie will get at least 2 more follow-ups. First, a sequel is being planned that will tie in with the events of the first part. Second, we can also look forward to a spin-off. In the sequel, both the Russo brothers and actor Ryan Gosling will surely return, while the spin-off will highlight other aspects of Mark Greaney's novel. Getting involved so far are Deadpool authors Paul Wernick and Red Reese, who will write the spin-off screenplay. On top of that, Joe Russo announced that you can look forward to an R rating here. Have you seen The Gray Man? And if so, what do you guys think about the idea of releasing 2 more movies? Feel free to write us in the comments. Alright, that was our news for this week. You haven't had enough yet? Then check out our latest original for a movie preview of Captain Marvel 2, The Marvels. We have also prepared a great compilation of all the new trailers released at Comic-Con, ready for you to watch on our channel. We hope you enjoy it.